Long ago, in a quiet African village nestled between red hills and golden fields, lived an old farmer named Obinna. His hands were rough from years of labor, but his heart was gentle, filled with love for the earth and the people around him. Obinna had once been known for his bountiful harvests. His yam fields fed many, and his granary never went empty. But one year, the sky forgot to rain. The ground cracked open like an old wound, and the crops withered under the angry sun. The villagers began to lose faith. They said the land was cursed, that nothing good could grow again. One by one, the farmers abandoned their fields and left for the city in search of easier fortunes. But Obinna stayed. His neighbors laughed. "Old man," they said, "your strength is gone. The soil is dead. Why waste your time?" Obinna only smiled and said, "A farmer does not plant only for today. He plants for tomorrow." He went out every morning, digging the dry, stubborn soil with his hoe. The earth cracked, his palms bled, but he sang softly as he worked, "Hope is the seed the heart must sow, even when the rain forgets to fall." One evening, a young boy named Kani, who admired the farmer, came to him. "Papa Obinna," he said, "why do you still plant when nothing grows?" Obinna smiled and pointed to the horizon. "Because hope, my son, is like the sun. Even when clouds hide it, it is still there." Kani began to help him. Day after day, the two worked together, planting tiny seeds into the thirsty earth. Others mocked them, calling them foolish dreamers. But they kept planting. Then one night, as the moon rose full and round, a strange wind began to blow. Clouds gathered where none had been for months. A flash of lightning tore the sky open and rain began to fall, soft at first, then heavy and healing. Obinna and Kani ran into the rain, laughing and shouting for joy. The dry land drank deeply, and within weeks, the first green shoots began to appear. The villagers returned, astonished. They saw Obinna's fields covered in green, strong and beautiful. "This is a miracle," they cried. But Obinna shook his head. "No, my children," he said. "This is hope. Hope is the seed that grows even in dry soil, if only you keep planting." From that year on, the village was never the same. They rebuilt their farms, their wells, and their spirits. And every harvest season, they gathered to honor the old farmer who had refused to give up. When Obinna grew too old to work, Kani took over the farm, teaching others what he had learned. On the wall of their barn, they carved Obinna's words, "A farmer who plants hope will never starve, not in his stomach, not in his spirit." And so, in that little African village, hope continued to grow long after Obinna's seeds had turned to golden fields. Obinna's fields flourished, golden and strong. "This is not a miracle," he said. "This is what happens when hope is planted and watered with faith." Years later, Kani took up the hoe and taught others to plant not just seeds, but courage. And above the fields, carved into the old barn, were Obinna's words, "A farmer who plants hope will never starve."